Lewis Hart for the Ring magazine here in Surrey with the juggernaut Joe Joyce. Joe, approaching another fight week. Hrgovic is the man in front of you. Not what you intended to, obviously, intent sign for Dillian Whyte. But Joe, good to see you, mate. How's things? How are you?
Yeah, really good, actually. Yeah, there's a slight change of opponents, but it's still the same game plan. I mean, it's still the same thing. I'm gonna beat him and get back to the top. So I'm, training in the gym. I've brought back like old coaches and stuff that brought me success in the past, and camp's going really good.
Yeah, I was just about to touch on that. Yeah, obviously, a large predominant of this camp's been in Surrey. I guess have you found that bringing sort of the old team back and I guess having the old band back together, you can say?
Yeah, it's been really good. Like I've done great work, great sparring, and it's it's just the end of the last week before fight week, so I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fighting Filip Hrgovic now. Obviously, he's coming off of the defeat to Daniel Dubois. I guess for yourself, what was it like dealing with a changing opponent and a late replacement in Filip Hrgovic? You've gone from Dillian Whyte to another world level contender. Yeah,
they have different styles, but it's still great fights, and because it's headlining, it's a big fight, and it's great that we've had like history in the past with like. Well, it's almost like it's over 20 years ago now, but it's a great fight now, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm feeling good.
Obviously, it'd be fresh in people's minds the Daniel Dubois fight and how that went for him. You prepare for the best Filip Hrgovic, but is there a lot to take from that fight with the way it went against Dubois, with him being almost overwhelmed in a sense?
I'd have to watch it back, but he's a great fighter. But I'm coming to win, and I know exactly what he's doing, like in training, because I hear he's training with Abel Sanchez. I've been there, but training Big Bear, so I know exactly the formula that he's going to have and what kind of things he'll bring to the table.
I was about to ask you that. Yeah, training with Abel Sanchez now, obviously someone that you have had history with. What do you make of that? I guess both sort of familiar with each other and well aware of what he would be going through in his training.
Yeah, exactly. So I know exactly what kind of method Abel likes and what Filip Hrgovic will come in with, especially fighting him before. I kind of know, I'm familiar with like his style of fighting and what he's going to bring to the table. Mm-hmm. And I've been adjusted my camp and training to suit his style, mm-hmm. and to beat him.
Yeah, you mentioned the WSB fight there, and I'm sure you have great memories of that. That fight was obviously 12 years ago, but is there much you sort of can remember from that fight and when you did face Hrgovic there?
I thought it was a great fight. I enjoyed it. It's in York Hall, and good performance. So I want to do something similar, or even better, maybe finish in a knockout for this fight.
Yeah, as I say, it's always nice, I guess, to have that. There's a few guys now, but I guess to have that not amateur rivalry, but amateur opponent turned into a pro. Do you think it always adds it was always a sort of the added spice, I guess you could say, especially when there's footage that we can see of you two both fighting?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting fight and a great replacement to
Dillian Whyte. Yeah. I guess when it comes to picking Hrgovic as the opponent as well, I think a lot of people wouldn't have minded if Hrgovic is a tough opponent for a replacement. So, do you feel like sort of for yourself you do deserve credit that for yourself easily anyone wouldn't have minded if you would have had, let's say, a soft touch as a replacement, but to go with someone like Hrgovic, do you feel like there's always credit for yourself that you do sort of always want to face the best?
Yeah, because I want to get back to the top of the sport, and he's the quickest way and a great name to get there. Mm-hmm. The light just went off.
No, it's all right. We can carry on. That's fine. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I guess preparing for Dillian Whyte, it's fair to say you've got a different style to Filip Hrgovic. How have you felt that change in style and having that change in camp? How do you feel like you deal with that? Because you were preparing for a certain style for a long time.
No, I feel good. Training camp's gone really well. I've had I've been training for a while now, so now I really feel like sharp and ready. I've done all the sparring and training with different coaches, and it's the coaches have brought me success in the past, and now I'm ready to fight Hrgovic. I know exactly what he's doing, and
but look. the implications are very clear for this fight, especially with Hrgovic. A win would be massive for yourself. Do you feel like now, that is important to understand, that a win really pushes you back into big fights where the heavyweight division is always moving as well? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts, but I want to get back to the top of the sport and look good in the dominant performance, bring an entertaining fight next Saturday. So tune in.
I spoke to your promoter Frank Warren, and he's been pretty clear, the implications of it almost being a must-win. And do you feel like now that is bigger than ever, especially given obviously recent performances, the Derek Chisora fight as well, that it's more important now that you do have to get through Filip Hrgovic?
Always, like this. That's the thing with boxing. You got to keep winning to get to the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess for yourself, where it does feel like that now, and I think it's fair to say, Joe, look, there's probably a lot of people that would be doubting you now. Is that much you read into? Like, important to give you extra chip on your shoulder to prove people wrong and see, look, there's still a lot of life there for you?
Yeah, I'm not too concerned with what people think. People have always been critical, but it's but there's a lot of praise when I win and look great. So I'm looking forward to showing people what I can do.
And I guess now where it looks to push onto potential sort of world level fights, Dillian Dubois, he's always that name's always going to sort of be mentioned with yourself. He was sort of talking about potential rematches, etc. Did you think there is any ever possibility that could happen again? Do you think?
Let's see. I'm just focused on my man next Saturday, beat him, and then we'll see who wants it next.
Yeah. Well, before I do let you go, Joe, how does it end on Saturday night against Filip Hrgovic?
I'm going for a knockout.
Yeah, perfect, Joe. Thank you for that. Appreciate the time.
Cheers.
And all the best next Saturday, mate.
Thank you.